Okay, so the last step is, so I put the yellow carnuba wax on, and then you just wipe it off. And so I was trying a lot of stuff. I was trying to like seal it with clear coat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people on YouTube have said to do. But man, like just with the carnuba wax,
That looks amazing.
it comes out way better.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Look at that little Volkswagen.
Yeah.
That's some detail.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't see that before. So this is after.
So wait, is that one
This is
untouched?
before. I haven't done this one yet.
No way.
Yeah, that's the
Wow.
difference. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you my quick fix for cleaning up headlights. You can see I have a 2006 Jetta in here, and they're pretty fogged up. I have watched a couple videos from Chris Fix on YouTube, as well as the New York City Ammo channel. Chris Fix uses a clear coat, and I've tried that a couple times and I haven't had much luck because the clear coat will like kind of crack, like spider web kind of look in it after it dries sometimes. And it's just I found an easier way here, just using some fine sandpaper and then sealing it with the carnuba wax instead of sealing it with the clear coat. First thing I'm going to do is just spray the headlight and get any dust off, any dirt, dust like that. Next thing I'm going to do is use some painter's tape and mask around the headlight. Okay, so once you have taped off the headlight here, I'm going to just use two different types of sandpaper, and I'm going to wet sand it. So I'll show you that process. You know, if you watch the Ammo New York City videos, they say start with like 400 and progress up to like 3,000. For this quick method, I'm just going to start with 1500 grit sandpaper, and you can see this is the wet dry 3M. That's what I like to use. And then go to the 2000 grit. Same thing, wet dry sandpaper. You can use a sanding block. I'm just going to kind of do it by hand here. So starting with 1500. And you can see I kind of like cutting these into fourths. This is a fourth of a sheet of sandpaper, just so I can kind of save it and do multiple cars. So this is 1500. Okay, so this is after sanding with 1500. You can see the cross scratch on the lens here. You know, the scratches aren't bad. What will happen is those will be taken out by the finer sandpaper, and then once we get to the polish. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the, can't really see it, but it says 2000 grit sandpaper. How going circular? Some people go like lengthwise, and if the next paper go vertical, then we'll gap it. Just kind of go over everything. Clean up sandpaper. Pour water down in here. I'm going to use that. Actually, first, I'm going to I have some of this 3M rubbing compound, so this is similar to the polish, except it's a little bit more gritty. So this would be like the equivalent of 3,000 sandpaper, and this is like 5,000 grit sandpaper, something like that. That's one way to look at these polishes. So I'm going to hit it with some rubbing compound first. Your armor gun. So again, this rubbing compound, the stuff I'm using 3M, but you know, use whatever you have. You can buy rubbing compound at the auto parts store near the wax. And again, this is just like the equivalent of maybe 3,000 or 4,000 grit sandpaper, and it's taking out those micro scratches from the 2,000 grit sandpaper. Your arm should be tired a little bit after doing this. So you can see at this point the headlight's starting to come back. We're not seeing as many scratches. It's starting to look more clear. So here's the polish. And this, I can tell just rubbing it on, this is almost more watery. So this may even be closer to something like 6,000 grit sandpaper, something like that. Well, so this is the post-polish step. So now you can see we still have a little bit of polish on there. But if we look close, a lot of the scratches are coming out. The last step in this process is to seal it in, which means, you know, you've cleaned it and now you want to kind of seal it and protect it with something. So this is the step where a lot of people use a clear coat and spray that on. I've had really bad results trying that, and I don't know if that was because of the temperature outside or what, but I just didn't have much luck doing that. So I like to use like a carnuba yellow wax. So at this point we're putting on the carnuba yellow wax. And this is just really just at the microscopic level. It's filling all those little micro scratches that we still have from the polish, and yeah, it's just filling those in really. For a little bit more. So once you put the carnuba wax on, you're just going to let that sit. It'll become a little hazy, and then you can wipe it off. Again, the last step is just put the yellow carnuba wax, and then once you get that hazy look, you're just going to wipe the wax off. Looks pretty good. Way better than it did.